Hi there, welcome to Boxing Media Hub. We're proudly sponsored by Falcon Contracting and boxbets.co.uk. And we're here for the coverage, the live watch along of Tyron Zeuge against Zach Parker. Zeuge is a former world champion, so this should be a good fight. Let's see what happens. Round one's just starting. Just to get a bit of originality with the program, 27-1-1 for Zeuge. He's at super middleweight. He was last out against Nasser Bukenya, which he won by unanimous decision. And his only loss came to Rocky Fielding, the Liverpool Brit. So let's hope for this is a good fight. Zach Parker is 23-1-0. He was last out against Khalid Gradia, which he was retired in round 7, Gradia. Parker's only defeat came against John the Gorilla Ryder. So let's see what happens. Round one underway. A minute in. Carl said Zeuge looks fleshy to me. Yeah, he doesn't look as fit as he normally does, for sure. Parker looks in terrific shape, though, himself. He really does. Yeah, I agree with Carl there. He said Parker needs more activity, and he's been 6 months out since he was last fighting. Yeah, definitely. And here is the man, Joel.
Some people will disagree, but I'm here. I've had to relocate myself to my son's room because we've got more people than beds in this house. So there's someone sleeping downstairs as well. Oh, so yeah, I'm up here in the pad. Yeah, so it's been a furious start, to be fair. Zach Parker really means business in this one.
I agree with Carl as well. He does look fleshy, Tyron Zeuge. I'm very surprised at that for a former world champion. He really does look fleshy.
Maybe it's a case of timing, to be fair.
He's not been the same since his first loss to Rocky Fielding. He got taken out, and he's not been the same fighter ever since.
Yeah.
He's not looked the same. He was meant to be the hottest property in Germany. They were really bigging him up. They were talking about him on the levels of Klitschko-type characters and people like that. They really thought he was going to be that kind of level. He was going to dominate the whole super middleweight division. It's just not materialised since, has it?
He did give Parker a fair whack at the end of that round, though, didn't he?
Yeah, for that round, though, what would you say? Have you seen enough of it to give a scorecard, or shall I just go?
I didn't, to be honest, mate.
Well, I'm going to give it to Parker, 10-9. Just only by literally a minuscule fraction of a point. But yeah.
Only by what I saw, which was kind of the last minute. But Parker just seemed a bit more forward coming. He was throwing the shots, trying to push the fight a bit more.
Yeah, that's pretty much how the round was, Joel, to be honest with you, brother. It was pretty much that from the start. So 10-9 for Zach Parker for me.
Yeah, Chris has gone Parker round one.
Okay.
No worries, mate. So I'll just put down there. So I've got Tupac in the background as well. He's here with me. Stay in the gym though, like Eddie says. You never know when the phone is going to ring. 100%, Carl. I think right with you there, mate. Parker started very well against Ryder before the hand injury. And we are straight into round 2. So I'll bring Jan back in. Here he is.
Hey, mate. I've got a bit of a cold. I had to go and blow my nose.
That's all right, mate. Round 2. Good start here. He's very sharp, isn't he, Parker? God, big shot there.
That was a
Parker
lovely
really stumbled. There's a real dog fight.
Parker's in trouble.
Parker's in major trouble here.
Oh, maybe Zeuge landed a sweet shot there.
Yeah, it was a major shot. Parker's really done well to sort of try and find himself again. He's gone down, but that wasn't by a shot, in my opinion. That was classed as a knockdown, though.
You're joking. That's not a knockdown. He hit him on the back of the head. He hit him on the back of the head and pulled him forward.
He pushed him down to the floor. That was definitely wasn't a knockdown.
And pulled him down with the shot. That's a ridiculous decision by the referee.
It's been given, though, mate. It's been given.
These refs need to be sorted, man. They need to be trained properly.
But definitely given. As
Told you
mad as it
Zeuge
is.
no mug though, didn't I? Told
Yeah.
you Zeuge's no mug. Tyron can bang. He might be a fleshy, but he can still bang. Such a shame. Minute to go, minute and 20 to go in round number 2. Parker's already in big boy trouble.
Yeah, this definitely wasn't a knockdown. I'll definitely look at the replay after round 2, but definitely for me,
it was a back of the head shot, and then he pulled him down with the shot.
Pushed him to the floor, yeah, 100%.
Dragged him with the shot from the back of the head and pulled him down. It was ridiculous.
Ever since, to be fair, Zach Parker's
Chris
behind
knows,
the jab.
Welch knows what's going on.
Yeah, ever since that though, Zach Parker's dictated behind the jab. He's shown more intent. You know, maybe he can salvage a point in the round, but he obviously loses it due to the knockdown. Carl's come in and said VAR. Bloody hell, please don't, mate. That'd be shocking. It's bad enough in football.
We are the VAR. We are the VAR.
That's it. We've got Chris. He's the VAR. Carl Parker could be having an audition here for the 5v5 Matchroom versus Queensbury, although not after that count. Definitely wasn't a knockdown, though, mate. That was shocking. Chris, that's not a knockdown, but what do we know? But Parker was in trouble regardless. Yeah, it was a hefty shot. But once again, landed some big shots there right at the end of the round. Parker
could get taken out here.
Not a comfortable round for Parker at all.
10-8, obviously.
Let's have a look. Yeah, so that was a good old right hand to the chin that connected. Like we say on this show, Bambi legs on ice, mate. Really stumbled. And it actually did bloody well to stay on his feet. Yeah, that was a left hand to the back of the head. And then
sort of pulled him back with it.
Yeah, just sort of pulled him forward. For me, wasn't a knockdown.
And then he hit him while he was down as well, by the way. He actually put the left uppercut on him as he was on the ground, which is illegal.
If we look back to the Charlie Edwards fight, he actually won his fight by disqualification when he got hit on the floor, though, didn't he? So
yeah, that could have easily been a point off at least.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was a malicious shot, though, was it?
He was in the crest of a
followed.
He was in the crest of a wave. He was already throwing, and he just carried on swinging for the fences, and that's just natural for a fighter to do.
So, like Chris said, I have to score it a 10-8, even though not a knockdown, but it was given as one.
So that's what they'll score it.
Parker made too many mistakes that round. Yeah, he's got to get his rhythm back. We're in round 3 now, 2 minutes 30 to go. He's really got to sort himself out, because even after that knockdown, there were some real flashes towards the end of that round where he just didn't look comfortable. But yeah, he's got to find some sort of rhythm, because at the moment he's not really. Round 1 could have gone either way. Really, I know we gave it to Parker, but it could have gone either way.
Yeah. So have you seen Cole Widow's message about getting you a new 3-piece cage for the next presser?
Yeah.
Setting up a GoFundMe page to get you a new 3-piece cage.
Mate, honestly, it's more than welcome. Just set me up a GoFundMe page, just generally. That'd be nice.
That's it.
Set it up for me and Jam.
We all need help. Don't we? Let's get it on. Let's sort it.
Mate, let's get it going. Get the channel back, get the channel to where it deserves to be.
Exactly. It's going to the top anyway, mate. Top content, top talent brings top tier.
We're going, mate. We're going places. Halfway there at the moment. Don't wear that rascal of a suit you wore at the AJ presser, for fuck's sake. Do you know what, mate? You want to see the next one? There's a waistcoat coming.
Classic geezer, mate. He's an Essex lad, isn't he? You know what I mean? They don't wear socks, and they're all classed up, aren't they, in their 3-piece cages.
That's
not like us Midlanders around these parts.
That's what I've got to do, mate. Otherwise, they won't let me in if I turned up normally.
Yeah, look smart, brother. Don't worry about that.
Just up to a minute to go here.
Zeuge's still looking the aggressor.
Zeuge's landing some real powerful jabs. He's got a real snap, bang jab. Parker, for me, is just not... Although he's flicking the jab out and he seems to be working hard, it's not enough. it's just not enough. The real power punches are really coming from the German, aren't they, at the moment?
It's a bit like last 2 fights, mate, to be honest. He's felt the power and he doesn't like it, and now he's struggling to cope with what's coming because he's in fear of what's coming. Yeah, he knows 100%. He can be hurt now, so now he doesn't want to engage.
Good body shots there by Parker, but
I can see Parker getting taken out within 5 or 6 of you.
Yeah, unless he turns this round, but I can't see it.
I just can't see how that's going to happen unless he lands that haymaker. Maybe he's got that in his arsenal. I don't know, but
it's at the moment it's not looking great. His points win acceptable for Parker, lads, mate. I just think a win. I think just you know.
At this stage, I'd take anything for Parker. Anything. If he can get a contentious draw, I'd be happy at the moment.
I think Zeuge is a name to have on your resume, 100%. I think that'd be a great a winning, a scalp on your resume. But at the end of the day, doesn't matter, win, stoppage, points, whatever. It's a win, and I think at the moment he'd quite happily pay for that win because it's not happening at the moment. He's just not in there. Parker needs to box sensible. I think he's trying, to be fair to him. I think he's trying, but he's just being outpowered. He's just being
outmanned, isn't he? Being
outmanned. He's been bullied, yeah. The truth is we don't know how good Parker is. Resume is shite, really, isn't it?
Well, his biggest fight, he lost to John the Gorilla Ryder, and then his only other win of any kind of note. Remember Rowan Murdoch, the Australian?
Let's be honest, though. You have to work hard to beat John Ryder, don't you? You have to work hard.
Oh, the Gorilla is a tough mofo, mate.
Graft.
For sure.
Quality. Chris has said, round goes away from Parker again, doesn't it?
100%.
It's drifting now. As I say, we're in round 4, and it feels like it's been going on a lot longer than that. But, yeah. It's not looking comfortable at the moment.
Well, he's got a 10-8 and a 10-9 now, Zeuge, and only the 1 round to Parker, and that's if they gave it to him because it was close. I just picked him out of a hat, basically, because it was...
Seemed a bit more of an aggressor.
It was a big round, wasn't it?
It depends what you're looking at as a judge, because as we know, some people look at it more technically rather than on a physical scale. 100%. So Parker's just... There's nothing in his shots at the moment. Jay has jumped in. Thank you very much for joining us. Who's winning at the moment is Zeuge, isn't it?
He's got a knockdown in round 2, so he's 10-8 on that one, and then a 10-9 in the third for us. And we just about gave Zach Parker the first round 10-9. So he's 2 points up, in our opinion.
Yeah, Parker needs to keep him at distance. I think it's hard. I think it's hard when you've got a guy that's just coming through and he's got the power now because he's hurt you twice, if not 3 times. You're just gonna try and stay away. But
the only thing I can say here is Zeuge does look, like Carl said earlier, looks fleshy and big. He could gas by the 6th, and then Parker could quite comfortably take the last 6-7 rounds and still steal this. So I just hope he stays in the fight long enough to do that. Yeah. Because Zeuge doesn't look as fit as he normally does.
It's so he might just hold it on to try enough, isn't it? It's showing enough, I think, after being knocked down. You've got to show enough to turn it. And at the moment,
you've got to make sure he knows that you're not afraid of his power and you can give him something back. And he's just not done that yet.
It's very pitter-patter at the moment. He's he's almost just testing, distance with a jab, which is what you should be doing in rounds sort of 1 or 2.
1 and 2.
Not this far along.
Not been on your bum already, and you're already clawing back a 3-point deficit.
Yeah, you really need to sort of show a bit more metal, don't you?
100%, brother. 100%. He just seems to be hugging him up at the minute.
Yeah, the refs had a word with Parker saying, "Watch your head."
They've had a clash of heads, haven't they?
Yeah.
No one's come off any worse than the other, so it's nothing to be worried about so far.
Another round to the German.
I'd say so. I would say so. Unfortunately,
I'm quite shocked, to be fair.
I'm not. You see, I've been telling people all week. You know what I mean? That
In-
Tyron
in-
Zeuge is not to be messed with.
I
If the
think
real
more in a
Tyron
sense
Zeuge
of,
turns up,
I
he's
think
nobody's
more
mug,
in the
mate.
sense of what Parker can bring, he's not bringing. Do you know what I mean? I think it's not as competitive as I thought it would be, but it is what it is. You get on the night. It depends how you perform on the night. If you have an off night, you can't have an off night against a guy like this.
A former world champion. That's what people forget.
Can't.
He's a former super middleweight world champion. He's nobody's mug, mate. He can easily take Parker out here, and it wouldn't be a shock to me. It'll be a disappointment, but not a shock.
Yeah, Parker needs to rely second half and rely that the gas tank is blowing up.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. That Zeuge, because he does look bloated, a lot bigger than usual, he could gas out, and then Parker could take.
You can't depend on it. You can't depend on it.
You can't rely on things like that. He's got to do enough himself to make sure that he doesn't have to rely on that.
Yeah, see, Parker was better in the last round, but still not doing enough, really. He's come out a lot better in this round, to be fair. He's really trying to, I say, he's still measuring with a jab as opposed to really sort of trying to
snap it out and trying to clear any open, get that overhand in, which he needs to do because Zeuge can be caught with them overhands. He doesn't get knocked out, but
you need to show the other guy that you're being dominant as well, and it's not happening at the moment.
He's got to show these judges something before he ends up miles behind, because it's quite possible the judges gave Zeuge the first round as well. So
stamp your authority, ain't you?
Got 5 rounds down in 4 rounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He needs to show something and quickly. Like Zeuge's only been taken out once, and that was by Rocky Fielding, wasn't it? And that was a bit of a freak like performance from him. He's never looked chinny before, ever. You know what I
mean? This is possibly Parker's toughest fight apart from Ryder. Again, he belongs at this level. We don't know. Ryder win over Parker was gifted to Ryder due to Parker injury, so can't judge that fight really.
That's true.
But based on this one, we're now seeing levels.
Yeah. And Zeuge is levels above at the moment, unfortunately, for Zach Parker.
Yeah,
I really wanted to see Parker come out here and just show up and turn out, and he's just not doing it so far. But we're only round 5.
Round 5, we're halfway point. You've got to he's got to keep going, hasn't he? Got to keep going.
And like I say, Zeuge could gas out, and Parker could just turn this on its head. But
like Carl said, you have to get Zeuge's respect, and at the moment he's not doing that. But we can definitely judge this fight, as you say. Yeah, 100%,
Chris. At the moment, it's not really doing much, is he, Parker? He's just flicking out the jab. He's not really looking to put any purchase on it.
Zeuge's cutting the ring off, isn't he? He's cutting the ring off. Amazing.
The ring generalship is on show for sure. And he's
not running after him, is he? As soon
as putting off the ring, step in, and then coming round, clap, and
just moving that back foot, just pivoting. You guys think Brad wins? Honestly,
Dookie bomb. I don't think he does. I think Nathan the Hitman wins it myself, but Joel, I think, goes otherwise.
It's a big ask. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, writing Heaney off in the slightest. It's a big ask, but I know how much Brad wants it. I've been speaking to Brad in the build up to this one.
He's a good lad. He's a good lad,
and he'll give everything. I've got no doubt he'd give everything. But whether
I just think Pornstar is going to take it. I think Pornstar Tash will just get that knockout, as the Hitman suggests. You know what I mean?
Tash Heaney.
Yeah, that's it. Tash Heaney. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for that, Joe. That's another Zeuge round for me.
Yeah, Carl said Parker's starting to work the body more. I think that's what he's got to do. If you can see that the conditioning isn't there in a guy, aim for the weakness. Aim for those areas. Yeah, but go, as you say, punch the fleshy bits. Test the engine, because at the moment he's been trying to do that jab, but it's not very good. Zach Parker, they've got 48 to 46. Did I just say they've?
Yeah, and the bookies have got it as well. One of your commenters has said bookies still have Parker as a favourite.
So
that was a different fight to me.
So they've got 48 to 46. That would have been Frampton's scorecard, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was
Mental.
he's been knocked down as well, and there's only been 5 rounds.
So technically, he's won every round except
every round, including the knockdown round, and just took the points off for that. It doesn't
make me, as I say, round 1 was questionable. But it's got that's pants.
Well, I actually gave it to Zach Parker, didn't I? But it could have easily gone to Zeuge.
Yeah, Heaney will win. I think he will get better now. He has the belt.
I agree with Carl for sure on that.
Heaney needs to win because a lot of noise about him fighting for a world title. I think people bumped the head on that one. Round 5, Zeuge, and Carl said Zeuge is clearly enjoying this. Yeah, he is. He's bullying him. Because he's had nothing back. So you're just going to keep on doing what you're doing. And looking at this round, round 6, it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Zach's just doing what he's doing.
If anyone's into rugby, England have just been robbed by France, apparently. So just want to get that a quick mention.
Yeah, sorry if you'd put that on record.
Oh, yeah, well, if you have, tough luck. Fortunately, that's the way it is. Zeuge's still chasing him around the ring at the moment.
Yeah, Chris has said the broadcasters' commentary are biased. Mate, that's the same with all of them. DAZN are pretty awful at it as well. There are obviously other companies and they're all the same. So, yeah, that's why we do this. We're just coming up to 1 minute to go. Parker, again, better that round, but still not enough to win it. And I think that's the story of the fight, really.
100%, mate.
He's doing what he can do, but it's just not...
It's just not clicking for him, is it?
Like, he's working the body more again in this round, but it's nothing that's going to frighten anyone.
He's not putting any purchase on the punches, which is not going to back Tyron Zeuge up. He's just going to keep coming at him because he's not feeling anything back. He needs to lay one on him and let him know that I'm here to fight. And he's just not doing that, Zach Parker, at the moment. And it's sad to see. It's embarrassing to see. And he's letting a great opportunity pass him by so far, in my opinion.
It's genuinely, it's just not. It's not been his night.
Not so far, but only in round 6. You never know what could happen.
Don't get me wrong. He's clearly the fitter of the two guys. The way he's moving around the ring, the way he's trying to orchestrate things. But you've got to, like I say,
do something with it.
Work on the weakness. And he's not. Like Chris has said, he's jumped in and said exactly the same as you said, using his experience as a former world champion. And he is at the moment.
That's another 10-9 for Zeuge for me. So I don't know what they're watching on the TV because they've given it 6 rounds to Parker. I don't get how they're given that.
They've got Liam Davies on the telly already. He's probably rubbing his hands together thinking, well, it's going to be me.
That fight, Zach Parker now.
It's going to be me versus Zeuge.
Yeah.
So.
He probably wants Parker after watching this performance. Light work.
Well, this is it. But do you want to go down that road? Do you want to?
They're not going to fight for no money. There's no interest in it, is there? There's no interest in that fight.
You don't need to. There's nothing up for grabs.
Unless Turkey Al Sheikh comes in and says, come over to Saudi on the Fury undercard, I'll give you £1 million each. That's the only way that fight makes any money.
Well, that's it. But for me, it's a British fight, isn't it? It kind of is what it is. Well, we're in round 7 now.
It's got York all over it, isn't it, to be fair?
Yeah, definitely. It'd be a great fight, York Hall. But yeah, at the moment, Parker really needs to spin this. Well, to be fair, he needs to knock him out because it's gone that far on the cards, in my opinion, that it's kind of drifted from him. It's got to be a stoppage now. It's got to be. But then looking at the cards of how Carl Frampton and other people are looking at it, seems like it could be in the favour of Zach Parker. Don't quite understand that one myself, but we've seen it before.
Well, look at Zach Parker last week. You know what I mean? I was certain Zach won that fight.
Just get Jan ready to lose his shit because it will happen.
I've got a bit of a cold, so I ain't got the heart for it at the moment. But bear with me, I'll get fired up at some point.
The coal's still glowing at the bottom. Don't worry.
That's it.
We'll
get there. We'll bring out that passion.
Parker's
Wait till we get to a real bout.
Parker's having a bit more success here. He is trying to, but as I say, Zeuge just shaking his head, saying, "You haven't done nothing, mate. Yeah,
This
you're
is
not
where
hurting me."
Parker could take over, like, fitness wise. This is where he could become the aggressor, become the guy who presses the pace.
Is it too late though? Unless you're gonna,
if he wins every round now, there could be a question. If he can score a knockdown or two in the process, you just never know.
James will lose it if this goes to points from what I'm seeing.
Oh, bloody hell. Boxing will be crazy again.
Exactly, mate. There's always one fight. There's always one. It's just usually on DAZN.
That's it. I can still see Zeuge maybe getting a knockout here, to be quite honest with you. The way it's going, he keeps laughing at him when he throws punches, and that's never a good sign. And he's not doing it like, when you get hit and you get that fake.
There was a big shot there. Parker did take one, but it was more sort of round up round here, wasn't it?
Yeah, he almost went down from it as well, though. He buckled, didn't he? Certainly buckled him. I think Zeuge's starting to really fancy this.
At the end of the day, he's not really wasting the energy. He's just cutting off. He's pivoting. He's as I say, using the experience of being a former world champ. He knows exactly how to play this game in these sort of rounds. Parker, it's all a bit, not necessarily new, but when you're against someone of this sort of level,
he's not used to this level.
He's going to know how to play the game. And that's another round down. Do you know what, though? I'll give that Parker.
Yeah.
I'll give that more to Parker. So just while we're having a breather, we're going to have a little bit of Beck. Have some of this.
Hi, I'm Beck Connolly. You're watching Boxing Media Hub. Don't forget to subscribe.
Of course, listen to Beck Connolly. She knows what she's talking about. Hit the subscribe button, ding the bell for notifications. Give us a thumbs up if you really want to. And just go with it, people. Carl has said Zeuge will get robbed here. You'll soon hear it from Jam if he does. I give that to Parker, says Chris. And Chris.
Jump.
Quiz. Just went all Jonathan Ross on, and then
Carl, but Chris Fewbanks.
Yeah, and then Carl came in and said Zeuge has slowed down a lot. Yes, but he's still there, and he's done the hard work. So it's down to Parker really to pick the shots and make it look glamorous for the last few rounds to have a chance, really.
Yeah, because it's only a 10-rounder, isn't it? So there's only 3 rounds to go. Well, 2.5 now. Well, two and a half.
Two and a bit. 2 and a bit.
Yeah, 2 and a bit, mate. 2 and a bit, lad. 2 and a bit. Get going. Parker really needs to get going here. He needs a knockdown or 2 for me to have any chance of even scraping a contentious victory here.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell. Zeuge really, when he gets that burst of energy, he absolutely swings, doesn't he?
Overhand right, throwing from the fences.
Proper animal.
He's a beast, mate. He's a beast. He is a beast. Surprised he's not gone as far as people expected, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's his lifestyle. That's why he might look a bit fleshy and whatnot. Parker's down. So I don't think it's going to count as a knockdown.
Well,
almost went through the ropes. He's telling Zeuge off. He's giving him a little telling off, saying that he done something wrong. I didn't see anything myself.
I didn't see anything that was worthy of being told off for it. But
no, he sort of threw a punch. Parker went to throw and just fell over into the ropes. A bit bizarre. But that's the referee at the moment, isn't it?
You're not allowed to knock anyone down now.
That's it. You have to get your pillowcase out and give him a little pillow slap. You know what I mean? Not punching out.
Pillar fists. Get the 18 ounces on.
Oh, look at that first fight earlier. The lad's gum shield got knocked into the crowd. The ref gave him 40 seconds. It's come on, man. they've
But
got
he almost moaned at him, and I thought, well, actually, it wasn't his fault. It was a punch.
it was, yeah. But surely the corner man had a spare. You know what I mean? They could have just got one out and whacked it in his gob. You don't need a minute because that let him off the up, didn't it?
Yeah, he was in danger.
Out.
But here we are.
Oh, good shot from Parker there.
Under 50 seconds to go here of round 8
of 10.
To be fair, it's gone relatively quick though for something that hasn't really delivered, which I think is fair to say. Well,
yeah, I think
hasn't
it's not delivered because we wanted Parker to win.
I think he's had a good flurry there. There was a good combination there. Good 1-2 once again. Parker now starting to find a bit of momentum. For me, another Parker round though. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I think
I'd give Parker this one definitely.
I think he's had this and the last one. So are we going to see it that he starts to turn
I put it down as the last one, even though I was a bit on the fence on that one. I thought it could have gone to Zeuge, but I put it down at Parker anyway.
Similar to the round 1, wasn't it? That literally could have gone either way.
The pick'em round, for sure.
I bet Zeuge wished he was better conditioned and he would have won this easily. Like I said, he gets robbed. Carl's convinced. Chris has said Parker needs a stoppage or a knockdown and needs win remaining rounds to win fight. I think he will win the remaining rounds, but
I'd still have a 2 down.
Zeuge experience. We're in round 9. These are what we call the championship rounds. I think he could go hell for leather if he really wanted to. But is it a case of, do you leave it for round 10 and throw the kitchen sink at him, knowing you can hurt him, which would sort of push Parker into coming forward, which he could possibly make a mistake and leave himself open.
That's what he's got left in the tank as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So 5-3 Zeuge, another Parker round, says Chris. So is there a draw written all over this? Chris has said
Cash got the knockdown as well. Remember, he's got the knockdown.
Practicing his bites. Goodness sake.
Sorry to interrupt you, Joel, but on the last one, Chris Welch 5-3 Zeuge. That's true, but remember, Zeuge's got the knockdown as well.
Yeah.
So even if Parker wins these 2, he'll still be a point down.
100%, mate.
Because of the 10-8 round. But you just don't know how these judges are scoring it. They could have Parker winning every round. You know what I mean? That's how ridiculous the scoring gets. And yet, Maurizio Suleiman, WBC president, wants 6 judges for the Usyk versus Fury fight. He wants 6 judges. He's actually started a petition, a genuine petition, and he's trying to get 6 judges. Imagine how hard that would be when it's hard enough for 3 to get it right.
As much as I talk to Maurizio, as you know I do, and have a chat with him, I certainly won't be signing that one. I won't be signing that one.
No, I didn't either. I didn't sign it.
It's a bit WWE-ish at the moment.
Exactly.
That was almost like he had butted him in the nuts. He went. He
did, and he's gone down now. Zeuge's gone down. Well, he's not down, but he put his leg down like he was just speared. You remember the old 888 spear that he used to do? Just gave him one of them in the nards.
He took one in the old
the business.
The old Johnson.
The old Magic Johnson.
Yeah. so we're in a minute and a half left. And he's only got one nut left. So we're going to keep going with this one.
Bits. He's in bits.
Yeah. Zach Parker. Hit him in the nuts again. I think it'd be game over.
That's his only chance of winning, in my opinion.
Mate, we've seen a gum shield fly out, but now we've seen a bollock fly out as well. So it's all happening on TNT Sports.
Where the business is and the
1 minute to go in round 9. Zach's definitely, as you say, finding the momentum. Oh,
good shot there.
Yeah, Zeuge finding a good couple of shots there on the way through, but Parker definitely starting to really find momentum.
I think he's been told. I think he's been told that he's behind here, Joel, and he's starting to put some leather behind the punches. He's starting to really throw some Hail Marys. But he could get
right. Thought Right said Fred were in the ring for a moment. got some. Chris has lost it. Chris has lost it. Sam has said Parker is on the way up. He needs to be, mate, because he can't get any lower down, really. He's got to find those winning rounds. And as I say, this will be the third round on the bounce for Zach Parker, in my opinion. Jam's got it sort of 2 at least. So it's a case of how you view the other one. But yeah, as I say,
Zach, I've got three rounds. 3 rounds to Zach Parker.
No, he's winning, in my opinion, says Sam. Sam, let us know how you're seeing it on the scorecards, mate, because I'm intrigued.
I've got it 6-3 to Zeuge myself, with the knockdown, basically 7-2, effectively.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, whether you agree with it or not, that was a knockdown. Richie Woodall has got 88-82.
Bloody hell.
Zach Parker. They're saying he's won every round except the second.
Knockdown.
That is bizarre.
That is so bizarre.
Sam has come in and he's put 7-2 Zach Parker.
Yeah, look, Cole's with us. Look at that. TNT have at 88-82 for Parker. Laugh out loud. It's crazy.
Cole, this round, Cold could be the one that decides it. Yeah, TNT have it 88-82 for Parker. Bloody mental. Parker won that round too, but Zeuge still winning. It's not, to be honest, it's not close, says Sam. I can't say anything. But yeah, we'll find out in this one.
That's boxing, though, isn't it? Taste is subjective. You know, we're watching from one angle, Sam is watching it from another. That's just how boxing is. Yeah.
We're watching it from one angle, Sam's watching it with the telly off. It doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? It's Carl's got it as told you he would get robbed here. Chris has put 86-84 Zeuge for me. SWS, how is it a robbery? And Sam, at least he's having a laugh about it. We're in the last round here. Let's focus on this, Jam. Let's give him the last round.
Guys.
Zach still dominating with the jab. He's been switching for the last few rounds, trying to get what he can get. And to be fair, he's been successful in probably the last 3 or 4. But for me, Zeuge's still just up on the cards. But like I say, it's a case of what you look at. It's a case of what you look at.
Yeah. It's what you like, isn't it? Like, Zeuge's been the aggressor for the majority of the fight.
Chris said he wants Sam versus Jam.
Sam's versus Jams. At least it rhymes.
Well,
he's picking him up again, keeps lifting his leg up. You notice that? Zeuge keeps lifting his leg up like he wants him to tickle his nutsack. You know what I mean?
There's only one left.
My dog does that. You know,
the other nuts in the back row, mate.
Yeah, that's it. He's still looking for that in the crowd.
Yeah. Here we go, though. Zeuge is starting to have a bit of a flurry in this one. He's hanging on a lot, but then he is probably gassed to absolute buggery.
He just keeps laughing and smiling, though, doesn't he? Zeuge laughing at him and smiling at him.
I still don't think Zach Parker's intimidated him in the slightest. And I think that's, you know, if he'd have stamped his authority earlier on, of course, Zeuge there, he's a tough bugger, isn't he? He's throwing some big shots now. He's starting to...
Shot. Oh, and another.
Big left hook there.
Oh, and again, Zeuge's coming in with his mouth open, though. You know, he could be took here.
So 15 seconds to go. They're really going to push this, are they, with the last 10 when they hear it? Or Zach Parker's dancing around like he's won it.
And he thinks he's won.
I find that bizarre.
I do as well, mate.
Carl, just for a second, come on, Parker has not won this fight, but he will get the decision. It is everything that is wrong about boxing. Don't get me wrong. The last 4 or 5 rounds, Parker looked better. Whether he won the last 4 or 5 rounds is up to the judges, but he definitely looked better in the last 4. He definitely performed.
I gave him 5 altogether in the end.
But I have to say, that last round, I thought Zeuge looked like he threw everything. So for me, I would have given the last round to Zeuge. So,
I actually went for Parker just because of the first minute he was a bit more onto it. So I've got it 5 rounds apiece, but then with the knockdown, that makes it 6-5, basically 6-4, basically. So
well, here you go. Sam has put Parker 1 8-2 in his opinion.
Wow. So that's every apart from the knockdown.
Carl has but hope the judges do the right thing. They won't.
Shall I jump out and get the sound on so I can give you the
Go
scorecard?
for it, mate. Go for it. If that's all right by you. So yeah, Sam said or 7-3. SWS Boxing has put 8-2 or 7-3 to Parker. We're going to find out shortly. Will Frank Warren be as quick to call it a robbery like he was Nick Bull last week? Let's be fair, though. That was a robbery. Let's see what happens here, mate. You never know. That's boxing. So Jam is literally just gone off screen. He's going to wait for the judge's decision. Thomas Triber now just saying his piece. Zach Parker 1, says Sam. Well, Will Chris 95-94 Zeuge, including knockdown. If that didn't count, then it's a draw. I don't know. Jam will be back in a second.
Parker's got the win.
Yeah, so just quickly, Sam has put Zach Parker 1. No robbery, guys. Guys, it wasn't a robbery.
96-94, 97-92, and 98-91. What bloody fight were they watching? I understand Zach Parker getting the win by a point or two. Like, I can just about live with a 96-94. Yeah, Carl Widow knows his stuff, mate. 100%. This is an absolute joke. 98-91. Are you fucking kidding me?
I wouldn't go as far as saying it was a robbery like Nick Bull. Don't get me wrong.
No, the scorecard is, but not the actual decision.
Yeah. As a fight, I wouldn't say it was a total robbery. But what I would say is
Bradley Pacquiao. That is.
What I would say is that was shocking because he didn't win that.
He certainly didn't win it by bloody 7 rounds.
No, that's
a 10-round fight that he got knocked down in. That's just ludicrous, man.
Sam, I love you to bits, mate. But honestly, on that one, that was a draw at worst for Zeuge. Because for me, Zeuge just he did so much more, and with the knockdown as well, he just did so much more to win the fight. Parker, don't get me wrong, the last 4 rounds, really, he kind of got the momentum going and he did win those rounds. Give or take the first one as to whether he won that was a kind of either or.
Joel, I've got to jump out. Sorry to interrupt you, mate. I've got to jump out because my phone's going to die and I've got to get charged.
All right, mate. I'll finish up and I'll see you in a minute.
Bless you, mate. See you soon.
See you, mate. So, yeah, that's how we see it. Chris put 96-94. I can live with it. It's not a robbery, but no way Parker won, in my opinion. One of those cards was disgusting. So, yeah, it is what it is. This is boxing once again. So, yeah, there we have it. Like I say, let me go to it on here. We've got, so Parker goes to 25 fights, 24 wins, 17 knockouts. He moves on. So thank you very much for tuning in, guys. As always, hit the subscribe button. Check out the rest of the content when we're not live. And we will see you soon for the next one. Until then, do you know what? Have some of this.